I was pondering who might be divine, and it suddenly occurred to me. Is it so ridiculous for the Grand Clerics to support me? Why shouldn't they?
If you were divine, what would you do?
Change things. Change everything. No more circles. The mages will be free. The Chantry will accept them as the Maker's children. In fact, it will accept everyone. Elves, dwarves, even Canary. Why exclude them? The Chantry allows our differences to tear us apart, instead of teaching us how we are the same.
I don't support this. There are better candidates.
I see. Then I should be glad it's not up to you. It's time for change, Inquisitor. The Grand Clerics know that. The Chantry was a beacon of hope to me once, you know. In my years at Lothering's Chantry, we turned no one away from our doors. It was a refuge, a place of peace. I felt the Maker's presence and his love even when they told me he'd left us. This is the Chantry I know. The Chantry I wish the world to see.
The Chantry you describe is vastly different from the one I know.
But it could be this way, could it not? The Chantry dictated where it should have inspired. It spoke of judgment instead of acceptance. It should encourage the good in everyone, rather than rebuke us for our sins. No one should be turned away from our doors. No one is without worth. Whoever you are, whatever your mistakes, you are loved. Unconditionally, in your heart shall burn an unquenchable flame.
Her idea is not bad, really. Except for the circles. I don't think there shouldn't be circles, because mages are not like everyone else, unfortunately. They need special care, they need special training, and so on and so forth.
So if we kill Corypheus, he has the power to move from one tainted creature into another? What we will learn next? That he can command the sun to rise or the seas to burn?
Can we prepare for flaming seas? Maybe collect all the snow from the frostbacks just in case.
I'll see what I can do. I have researchers scouring the Temple of Mythol as we speak. I hope that their search turns up something we can use. Ancient magic, perhaps. Something even Corypheus missed. Anything to give us an edge.
I'll leave you to your work.
So yeah, about Leliana. She has some good ideas. Like this part where she wants everyone to be equal and accepted. Elves, dwarves, Kunari and so on. I think that should definitely be the case. One of the problems of the Chantry is that it doesn't look very well on dwarves, elves, Kunari and so on and so forth. They're not loved or even liked if they don't accept the Chant of Light and the Maker and everything, you know, about the exalted marches and all that. So on that account I support Leliana, but I also think that she'll fall to the dark side, I guess is a good way to put it. She's gone through hell in her life. So many times she had identity crisis or emotional breakdowns. She didn't know who she was, what to do, and she's sort of a broken person on the inside, the way I see it. And I don't think she'll make a good divine. She needs to focus on something smaller and take it easy, stay close to friends and people she can trust and all that. And the job of a divine will not be that occupation, I guess. And now there's Mother Giselle. Mother Giselle. People have commented on my videos that she can somehow become divine too. She's not bad, but she is too devoted to the Maker. And by too devoted to the Maker, I mean that she uses the Maker as an explanation for too many things, and that can ultimately cause trouble. I don't mean we should completely forget about the Maker, but we should try and use common sense when dealing with things, and not postulate that it's the Maker's will the whole time, or, you know.
I heard reports of the events at the Temple of Mathal, Inquisitor. It sounds magnificent. I hope we can explore it fully once Corypheus is defeated.
The Temple of Mythal held knowledge safe for untold centuries. It would be tragic to lose it.
Indeed. The Maker made the elves, as he did all children of this world. Any knowledge preserved by ancient elves in that temple could help us understand him better. But of course, all that must wait until Corypheus himself is defeated. Was there anything else, Inquisitor?
You see what I mean? She actually proved exactly what I was trying to say. The elves existed long before any talk of the Maker or Andraste or the Chant of Light or anything like that. And she would say, oh, the Maker created the elves too. Well, you can see how that can make the elves unhappy. I mean, imagine we meet elves, as in right now, in real life. We meet them and they're like, oh, you were all created by our gods. You're all his children, or her children. And we have here this chant of light or whatever, and you should all follow it. You can see how that can be problematic. Yeah, so what I was saying is that I don't think any of the divines are perfect, you know, any of Cassandra, Leliana, and Mother Giselle. But if I had to pick one, I don't know, I'd probably go for maybe Leliana or Cassandra. Or maybe no divine at all, you know, that'll probably be the best in my opinion. Now, where did Cassandra go? Cassandra. There she is.
Victory in the Arbor Wilds. The Archdemon might have been a real threat to our army.
The dragon is not an archdemon. It's a dragon in which Corypheus has invested part of his power.
But it flew off once we turned the tide. It is still out there, however. I wonder what Corypheus plans now.
We'll deal with whatever he throws at us.
Do not underestimate Corypheus. He is powerful, and you have yet to fight him one-on-one. But he will come. You will get your chance.
We'll face Corypheus together.
There is not another man I would be more proud to fight beside. Not long ago, this was impossible to imagine. You, the man I love, victory close at hand. The time has come to consider what will come next.
I don't care what's next, as long as we're together.
And if I am named Divine?
Maybe I should support nobody. And that will somehow support my case of not wanting to have a divine at all? That could work. Can I hover? Yeah, refuse it. I'll go for refuse it.
I won't lose you to the Chantry.
You haven't lost me yet.
Okay, so to summarize again what I think about the whole divine issue. Generally, I don't like the idea of invoking the Maker and the Chant of Light and that kind of supernatural stuff when governing everyday life. Now, this is not to say that the Maker or something analogous to the Maker doesn't exist. It's very likely that something like that does exist, but we should try and use common sense when dealing with matters such as what shall we do with the mages or the circles? you know, different circles have different participants, different leaders, they face different problems. So in my opinion, they should have a little more personalized type of control. Maybe the local ruler, king or whatever, should act as the divine for his or her particular circle. That way they'll be able to become more familiar with what the issues are there and how to best figure out the situation. And if you have one divine that controls Seekers and Templars and Chantry and circles and all that, it becomes hard to see things on personal level. They're not Vivienne and Solus and so on, they're just mages and so on and so forth, if you follow where I'm going with this. If there has to be a divine, I would like that to be someone who's not constantly evoking the Maker to solve issues and the Chant of Light. You saw how the Revered Mother implied that the Maker created the elves, which, even if it's true, you see how there's no need of such tension. We should try and avoid the Maker and the Chant of Light when dealing with everyday issues, and those are exactly the issues that mages and Templars face during their duties. Leliana, on the other hand, she wanted to disband the circles, which, while it probably worked somewhat with the elves, because the elves didn't have circles, and the Tevinter circles are kind of... So it might work, but I don't think it's the best way to go about things. More liberties, sure, but fully disbanding it, I'm not sure about that. And Cassandra is pretty devoted as well, yet it's obvious that both her heart and her mind are at the right place. I think Cassandra will do a decent job, but it's just, I feel like she's better suited to be the leader of the Seekers. Because deep down she's a warrior. She doesn't like the game and politics and all that, and I can understand that. So I feel like being divine it's just not gonna be what she's, let's say, meant to be. And I don't think it's what she wants to be either. So I think I've talked enough about the divines, and I'm gonna stop now. Tell me what you think, and until next video, stay tuned and be good.
I was hoping we could spend some time together.
You need not even ask.